We've been muted the whole time. Technological hiccups, everyone. Sorry about that. We were just talking
What's
about...
up, everybody?
Yeah, hey guys. No wonder no one was talking to us in the chat. We were just talking about Luke's reverse Ashi. He went from like outside Ashi to reverse Ashi and finished that knee bar on Daniel.
What's up, James? What's up, Sean? I can't see anybody else in the chat right now. Cam is really trying to find a leg entanglement there.
Cam was?
Yeah. He's really trying to latch on with his legs on Caleb's legs. Just not quite finding it. Cam, if you're watching or when you watch, leg entanglements will come from inside position. What you're trying to go for is an outside. Like your legs are on the outside of Caleb's legs here, and it's just not an effective strategy yet. But you'll find it, right? Let your legs on the inside of Caleb's legs, that leads to leg entrances.
Who are you smashing over there?
Austin.
Good.
Yeah, it looks like I have the Kimura in on him. I don't know if I'm able to finish it or not from here. Oh, that's right. Watch. Yeah, this was pretty fun. So then he comes around, and I get him in a dead orchard.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got his other arm trapped in there. And
Yeah.
it looked like your knee was low enough on his elbow to where he couldn't like his elbow was in enough to be trapped,
Right.
but it wasn't so far deep that he could like elbow back in, if that makes sense.
Yep. It does. Yeah, no, it does. Like, I was feeling it as I was coming over top. You could see how I was like had like a funny angle with my left leg, and it was because I like sensed that I was inside of his elbow, and I could like, start shooting up for a triangle. And then he decided to pull his, like rightfully so, he brought his left arm into the mix, right? And I was like, oh, that's okay. And so I pulled it in and locked up the triangle on both arms.
Yeah. Solid. Not one we get to practice too frequently for escaping.
Yeah.
Oh, did we lose it? There we go.
So Daniel just hit a Makikomi roll on Luke, and the reason I'm pointing that out is he hit me with that last Monday, I think. Similar type of a thing. So he comes up, he has basically his left arm is over top of the shoulder of Luke, and he's able to lock down the shoulder and give a nice big hip bump to take him over. So it's not an actual Makikomi, but it's something kind of similar to it. It's like the wrong arm Makikomi.
Yeah.
Or opposite arm. I don't know exactly what it's called.
Yeah, Sean, I don't know if you saw the last stream we did, which was a few weeks ago. We didn't do it on Wednesday, so I guess maybe last Sunday. But I finally set up the green screen, and then now the chat doesn't work for some reason. So you won't see the messages above my head in the chat. So then we tried to switch to Streamlabs, and their green screen filter is awful. And I don't know, a bunch of stuff wasn't working. So, oh, the video footage was like super, like the frame rate was awful. So maybe I could go back and try and fix that, but I'm not sure. So quickly switched back to OBS for this stream. And then left us on mute for like a while. Danny's in a good top half guard position here. Kind of the basic half guard spot you want to be, with the bottom knee right up into the hip. The top knee ideally would be poking out. I think Danny's trying to work on that right now. Losing the underhook battle. And Caleb's doing well to bug him here, but Danny's about to slip that leg, I think, yeah.
And he likes to bait with that underhook to set up the Darce.
Danny does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's low enough to where he could shoot through.
What did Camden do here? Easy step over for Austin. I think I may have cured Camden of his bull rushing, because he like ran at me after slapping hands, and I just like hip tossed him.
Yeah,
that's why you don't do that. The battle of the beards over here by the pillar.
Oh yeah,
Justin and Pat. Austin is working his triangle. Let's see how he got there. Looks like he got in there from mount. So yeah, so Camden, I've talked with him about this whole like high legging up around the back sort of mount defense, and like I'm not a fan of it. I mean, like you hit it every once in a while, maybe against newbies, but like, you know, Austin's getting pretty seasoned as a white belt, so he's not going to let himself get caught in that. And all the while, Cam's not really doing much to get himself out of this bad position, whereas Austin is just slowly starting to work to a position he wants to be in.
Yep.
Chooses to roll for the triangle from the back. I think Camden would be better. Like, his time would be better spent working more traditional escapes, you know, your elbow escaping, bridging escapes maybe. I mean, you know, he's got a size advantage on Austin. Everybody bigger than me always pretty easily bucks me off from mount, or at least they try to. Good angle cut.
Like the foot overhead, Sean, is what you're talking about. Yeah, you do expose yourself to, you know, ankle locks and whatnot from there as well. If somebody wants to set back into and pull into like a single leg X or something.
Yeah, like if Austin was sitting up high here, you know, and Cam's legs got in front of him, and he just was able to grab the ankle.
Yep. And
twist it. Which, Sean, I imagine that's what you're. It was painful enough to never try it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that. So I don't really mess with that sort of escape. Plus, like, you don't. I guess you could. You'd end up in a spot similar to the triangle escape, where you put the legs, cross your legs over the chest, and extend your body. So you could conceivably enter into, you know, a cross ashi or work a pass from there. But there are better ways to get out of mount, I think, that are less risky, especially for your ankles. Also, if it doesn't work the first time, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
The guy's just going to react. he's made his way to a pretty tough spot on Caleb here.
Reverse triangle. Nope, rear triangle, sorry.
All right, Cam is. Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I was going to say Justin is trying to do the standing guard break on Pat. Had his legs a little bit wider than what I generally advise.
Yeah.
You're always tempted. I feel like when you start learning or start going for that for the standing guard breaks to spread out like super wide, like a cat, right? You feel like you have better balance. I found it the opposite. The closer I have my feet, like normally towards my shoulders, you know, or like in a good like athletic position, I feel like I have better base.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the concern a lot of people have there is their base is too narrow, so they'll be easily taken off balance. But I would embrace it, get knocked down a bunch of times as you start to get your legs for it. It's well worth keeping a more narrow base because you're actually a lot more nimble there.
Yep.
Those wide legs don't really help you much, and it only makes you lower to the ground.
It does, and I think the squatting actually tires you out, right?
Yeah.
Because you're generally, you know, wearing a lot of weight there, wearing their, you know, your opponent's weight as well as obviously your own.
Yeah.
Whereas standing straight up, you know, you're only just keeping yourself up.
Also opens up the legs to leg entrances pretty easily. Like you're just kind of isolating your own legs. Whereas narrow legs, you know, the person on their back when you're working that guard break has to like invert one of their knees, pull it down, get it in between the legs. If your legs are wide open, you kind of just make that a lot easier for people to do. Camden's getting wise to Austin's leg attack here. So Austin's, I think he's initially like he's working the straight ankle, ends up in like an outside ashi position, and Camden goes straight to that that approach to like, you know, getting to the exposed back. I don't know if he quite knows how to get to the back from here as far as finishing this back take.
Right.
But it's, I mean, good instinctive movement at least to like keep your foot safe and start opening up opportunities for yourself. Let's see if he does something with it. There you go. He's pushing the back foot in to disrupt the grip. I don't think Austin is trying to heel hook him here.
Right.
That would be a good defensive strategy against that. I think that was the round.
Yeah.
Caleb with the oblique kick to the knee. Dirty move.
Just take the jacket off.
Interesting leg roll.
Yeah, you don't see Caleb going for that stuff very often.
Yeah.
Good to throw stuff like that into the mix. Is that Cole and Brandon in the back left, or is
yes.
that okay?
Yeah. Let's see what. I feel like Justin's trying to set up one of his lapel strangles here.
Yeah.
I think he has his own jacket with his crossface arm.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Yep. And there. Oh, he's got to sneak his right hand in.
Yes, this is that. I think he calls it the Ezekiel.
Yep.
Ah, Caleb sneaks the head out.
Well, look at that. See how wise he was to that, to hop over Caleb's left leg knee.
Yeah.
There, he knew he had him beat at that point. He was ready to tap. But it's like so as soon as Caleb pulled him in, he hops over the leg and gets his hips out.
Yeah.
To reduce the pressure. So it was good.
I just recaptured it. What are we doing? There we go.
See what Caleb's going to do from this top position.
Yeah, he was isolating the far side arm, but
yeah,
from the top side. Go ahead.
No, I'm trying to figure out whether, because he had like a 2-on-1 grip on Justin's right arm, the top arm, and I didn't know if he was doing that in order to bait hitting the other side or trying to take the back, or what he's got going on here. Maybe if he was trying to set up another, like a lapel strangle. Oh, okay, Katagatame. That looks pretty deep.
Yeah, Justin doesn't seem to be too alarmed. There we go.
Yeah, got it.
I'm curious if Justin could have survived that by closing this gap here between their legs.
Yeah.
Like if Justin was trying to clock with him, may have saved him. May have caused Caleb to try to cinch it up, and then he opens up an opportunity to escape, something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we had Daniel here with Austin, where Daniel's in bottom half and he attacks the Kimura here in a second. And this is like we were talking about the Kimura this week since we're working on closed guard, but this is just a simple example of hands on the mats being vulnerable. Anytime you can catch your opponent with their hand to the mat, typically they're open for a Kimura, right? Daniel recognizes it, grabs wrist control, casually locks this up and uses it to sweep. Now Austin has his back is exposed for the Kimura, but it looks like Daniel let go of the wrist grip, unless he's got like a one-armed here.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Which is still just as dangerous. I think the only thing saving Austin from a Kimura is that he's got Daniel's leg trapped, so Daniel can't get to a more advantageous position. His knee's
Right.
trapped in half guard, so not that it can't be finished from there. It's just much more difficult.
It is, yeah.
You don't really
You
have
need a
the,
lot more length on somebody to be able to do that, I feel like.
yeah, and you don't have the control over the shoulders, and the shoulders really need to be isolated. So having your hips up by the shoulders is very helpful, but being stuck in half guard prevents that.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb's got a ninja roll here set up if you wanted it. I'm just seeing them everywhere now since we've talked about it a few times in class. Awesome, being mad disrespectful to the belt. You see that?
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll pick on Brandon a bit here, going with Justin on the left side of the screen. So for the grip fighting here, right? Justin establishes his grips. Not entirely sure what he has. You know, he's got a lapel grip of some sorts, maybe a sleeve grip on the wrist. I'm not sure, but Brandon is like hinging down, trying to be heavy on this. I'm not sure to what ends. If maybe he's trying to prevent Justin from like advancing up the lapel or something like that. But really, like, I'd like to see a bit more mobility and a bit more attacking on the hands, and definitely a good posture. Remember that more often than not, our opponents breaking our posture is advantageous for them. So why on earth would we break our own posture and help them out, right? So how heavily, I mean, like, Brandon's head is well below Justin's armpit right now, which is what's going to lead to him getting headlocked right now. Also, his back's exposed. He's given up a very easy angle on Justin. So working that grip battle in the very beginning is crucial for the entire rest of the roll. So don't get sloppy with it. Don't get lazy with it. Be active, be mobile if you need to break these grips. And by all means, prevent that from happening. Justin didn't really have to even change his level, you know, like stand up to get the shoulder over or anything like that. It's going to be very difficult to finish a single leg from there, just with how much control Justin already had set up. Not impossible, but definitely difficult.
Yeah, he's got to run the pipe pretty hard and shuck off.
Yeah, and you know, at this, well, one of the fights that played this night, Nicholas Marigali in Nogi had a single leg where let's see if I could get a good angle and describe how he did it using Brandon and Justin. Going back a little bit. So I believe he had the leg up the middle, and then, yeah, we'll just use this. His outside arm hugged the hip, and Marigali he like walked in front of his opponent, but pulled the hip backward, which was it was a really, really interesting finish as opposed to like the running the pipe or your downward pressure on the leg and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a cool, like, it was a bit sacrificial just because he went down with it.
Sure.
But yeah, James, don't be a tattletale, man. Just be cool, bro. You can't see what's going on. That's the only reason I didn't block it out. I'm like, maybe it's far enough away that they wouldn't get upset. Just getting the hips up high, trying to free that leg. Anyway, hey, how did Cole get to his leg entanglement here?
Guard.
Austin in a bottom half guard. So he's working his way over. He doesn't have a solid entanglement here yet, but he's a few degrees away from like a cross ashi.
Now he's just making
not
stuff
much.
up.
Now they're just watching TV. And while we're talking about grip fighting, just for Brandon here over on the side, same thing. A second ago, he's looking better now. A second ago, he was really addressing like he was grabbing the knees here, right? Which you're gonna see a lot more in no-gi since you don't have any cloth to grab on. I just, in general, I try not to waste too much time controlling legs like that. These knee grips that he's set up are a little bit better. You're gonna have a lot, much more of an effect on your opponent's legs at that point. Cole getting into some triangle trouble here. And who is this? Oh, this is Pat and Caleb on the side. Okay. How did Cole pass the guard? Let's see.
Big pass from the triangle.
Oh, from the triangle. Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of a heavy pass around the corner.
Yeah, not quite a stack pass, but kind of turning the corner on him.
Oh, arm drag from Brandon. Right to the
Love
back.
it. Yeah, he sat to the wrong side, but other than that,
I think Danny just sat
Really
down
good.
before him.
yeah, but you see how he kicked his leg out to the left? To his right. His left leg goes out that way.
Mm.
That's only.
Oh,
But other than that, great. I mean,
oh yeah.
yeah, that's awesome. Cole took the back of Austin there.
Yeah, I think it
I
was
think he
just...
finally got his knee up to a point to where I wouldn't bitch at him about it. That's nice. Left knee is up nice and high. I'd still like to see it towards the crown of the head, but he still is at least at the shoulder line here.
Yeah.
Boom, right there.
Yeah, right there is good.
That's nice, yeah. And then as he sits back,
Curious what he
Back to
does with that other leg.
his
When
butt.
okay, there he goes.
There it is. Looked like Danny was trying to throw Brandon by, like with an arm drag, or trying to turn him over with that arm tract or something. I don't know.
Is it before this or?
No, right after this. So Brandon's gonna get up out of this Darce attempt here, and then Danny like sits his butt down to guard some here, and is trying to like
Oh.
throw him by. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, Brandon was just sitting too far back.
Yeah. Danny's in on a Kimura. Caleb looks like he's just kind of trying to survive underneath Pat there.
Good.
Pat's top pressure has come. Yeah, I mean, about time the friggin' tables have turned, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Pat's top pressure has come a long ways just in the past few weeks, really.
Yeah, not somewhere I want to find myself.
Yeah, it ain't fun.
Trying to see. I think Cole is working. So here's the deal, and I know I've said this before, and I think a lot of our students who primarily train no-gi tend to stick to no-gi strategies when they're on the back. You know, Cole's focused, you know, for good reason, on trapping Austin's arm here and all that stuff. But remember, when you're in the gi, you have a rope around their neck already, right? It's their own lapel. You can prioritize your lapel grip, that first grip that you make when you're trying to like lock up a bow and arrow or a sliding collar strangle, anything like that. You don't have to worry so much about trapping arms. So keep that in mind when you're rolling a gi. You've made it to the back. You should immediately be trying to set that strangle hand as high up into their collar as you can. Screw the hand fighting, everything else. You know, let me qualify that. If they're grabbing your hand as you're trying to crawl up, you know, you can use your other hand to peel away, whatever, pull the lapel down, scoot your hand up further. But you don't have to worry so much about leg trapping. You know, leg trapping their arm, things like that. So keep that in mind. Anybody on the back in gi, immediately look for collar strangles. Don't look for the arm fight that we normally do in no-gi. Hey Pat, how you doing, buddy? Big heart to you too, man. Oh, Caleb wants it.
He does.
He doesn't get it.
Doesn't get it.
Let's look at that. Because he wasn't in a bad spot there. Like, he got
No,
a good
he
angle
wasn't.
on you.
I was very close to going over, but the way that he had like committed to it, I was just able to do like kind of like a lateral drop, I guess, or sacrificial type throw.
Man. Like, right there.
I was gonna get launched, right?
There's no reason why you shouldn't have just been, like, feet on the ceiling right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Uchimata all day. I think one thing that would really help him here to finish this is his front leg is so far out, right?
I know. Yes.
So it's,
Yeah.
you know, that's his pivot point. You know, that's even like how he can get some power out of his hips in this move.
Mm-hmm.
So if his toes were pointing like towards the TV, if he walked this foot in closer underneath your hip, like you could, let's back it up here. he didn't do that like stutter step in to where like he gets his hips underneath you. He just has a leg hook, right? Which
So I
gave
initiated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went for that outside trip. That's what I went for, a deep underhook, and then I scooped and hooked his leg.
Yeah.
And he decided to turn that into his Uchimata, which was a good call.
Yeah, and I think if he kept, so let's see. I mean, you guys kind of fall. Like if he kept that leg elevated, his own leg, and just hopped towards you, and tried to get a little bit more underneath you, he could have salvaged this and gotten a great throw on you. It's a tough one to practice. Actually, no, I take that back. He should practice this a lot more. It's a tough one to hit live because it doesn't go as easy as practice as most of these stupid moves. But throws are, a special breed. It takes a lot of practice to jump through them, to stay balanced and all this stuff, especially like the judo stuff. But man, he was right there. I'm disappointed he didn't salvage that. I'm not angry, just disappointed. And a quick reminder to anybody in the chat who doesn't follow, click the follow button if you guys like what you're seeing. If you got any questions about jiu-jitsu, why we do this stupid sport, anything like that, or how we do it, throw your questions in the chat. We always appreciate some new folks in here. And if you got a free Twitch Prime just hanging out without a home, consider us. Who else do we have here? Cole and Kurt. And then I think Danny and Brandon. It's a little tripod sweep. Nice.
Like a reverse tripod, yeah. Oh no, I guess it was a tripod sweep.
That was just probably on your opposite side.
Yeah. Just looked awkward. Yeah, so my whole goal with him right now, and I don't know how effective because he's been very good at bumping me off here, but I have to stay very, very heavy on his left elbow. That's where he has all of the power to start shucking me off of the top position here.
Yeah.
In the past couple of weeks, he has definitely timed it very well.
Yeah,
that's right.
What does he do here?
He's gonna grab my arm from behind.
Yeah.
But see how far away from the elbow I am now? I'm in very dangerous territory. If I lose that left wrist for whatever reason, I'm done. And here's where I'm losing the wrist. Because he's grabbing it from behind me.
Yeah. Oh. There we go. I was gonna say he's trying to do a lot of work here with his legs still locked.
Mm-hmm.
like right when he gets you here, like he's got a flower sweep set up.
He does. He
Right.
needs to open his legs. Yep.
Yeah, I think if his left leg was straight up and directing that rotation, I think he maybe could have overcome your base over here.
Maybe. Yeah.
Right, because as your arm kind of collapsed, like if he was staying heavy on it, it was just a little too late for him. Looks like he attempted to finish it.
Yeah, I don't know if my whole thought process when I'm trying to do these, when I'm trying to pass like this, is I'm trying to keep his legs planted, and powerless, right?
Mhm.
Like, so all I'm trying to do is get away from his legs as much as possible. Hence why I get into that north-south position to settle into a pass.
So see how long Cole has been on the back here. Looks like he's been on Kurt's back for a minute now. Let's watch his back take. So his ankle's trapped, but that's all right because it's really just a hook at this point.
Yeah,
Sitting
look how
on his
high
butt.
gets that knee.
Perfect. Really good.
Good.
And then
I'm
now
happy
it's
with that.
yeah. Now it's a matter of getting his top hook set a little bit better, getting himself better aligned for a strangle. He's using that underhook arm to control. And then I want to see if this is another case of using no-gi tactics, or if Kurt's probably doing well to Kurt's been getting difficult to strangle from the back anyway, so I'm sure he was giving Cole some legitimate trouble, either in setting up the gi strangle or in any sort of like rear naked that Cole was trying to set up. Oh, you got Caleb here in a bad way.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my legs set in. I'm not gonna like start wrenching on the arm to try and pull it away. Yeah, I've peeled underneath the hand. And now on my left side, I'm feeding underneath the elbow.
Looks like he had a wardrobe malfunction there.
Yeah.
Some nasty head control.
Yeah. So now I've got to get my left leg in a better spot, but he wasn't letting it, so I'm trying to go around for a strangle.
Nice adjustment.
I don't think I think the bell rings.
That was solid. I mean, the whole transition from armbar into rear triangle was really good here. The hand assist, everything. And then
I think
Cole,
2 weeks earlier I taught that very transition, and Caleb was like, "Wait, I didn't know you could do that." I was like, "Yeah."
yeah, it's funny, like if we talk about how triangles and arm bars are so closely related, where you have one, you often have the other, and then you just kind of demonstrated, even arm bars and the back can be very closely related.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, you can, you have your rear triangles. You can really make your way from a triangle setup to a back,
Right.
back position without that many steps. Did Caleb just like thrash Brandon here for fun? He's got over under. Yes, he did.
He's been hitting that quite a lot.
Yeah. Of course, Danny and Kurt going off screen. Let's move ahead a little bit. Get some. There we go.
I think the next match is probably the one of the highlights. It's a good one.
Is that Cole and Daniel?
Yeah.
Caleb reaching way up high for the belt.
Yeah, he is. Trying to innovate, I guess. Oh, they start now.
What was that? Oh,
No, they're starting now.
got you. I don't think I've ever seen anybody just break Cole's connection with the ground like that. Just picks him up.
Yeah.
Cole staying tight on the double overhooks.
And getting a decent extension out of Daniel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think he felt the threat here, the body lock.
Yep.
Know, Daniel getting he's got an S grip around, and get like kind of to your point, the fact that Daniel's using an S grip right now is indicative of just how kind of far Cole's hips are from Daniel's, right? He's using the stretchiest, most open grip as opposed to any other variation. I'm glad that Cole made use of his double overs while he had them. Nice heavy sag. Maintains top position. At least here for a second. Daniel's got to be real careful turning there. This is a similar situation to where I caught him in an armbar a few weeks ago, just from as he was turning away, leaving that arm up and extended. And we all know how much Cole loves arms extended up overhead as well. So.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel up to a 4-point. Cole puts him back down.
He's got this, like, I don't know what kind of grip he has on that shoulder, but that doesn't seem comfortable at all.
Cole?
You know? Yeah, how he has Daniel's right shoulder arm pulled back.
Mm.
And then he was, like, just laying his elbow down, you know what I mean? Trapping it with his elbow.
Yeah, it's like he's taking the strangle arm away. I just put it over his elbow, the crook of his elbow there instead.
Right.
But this would be a great time I know Daniel likes to stack like this. It's kind of a wrestler's technique. This is a great time. There we go. Cole is setting up. He's got a lapel grip, but he's using the underhooking arm or the control arm, so he's not going to really be able to strangle with that. He'd be better suited. I mean, like you said, that whatever he's doing with this grip, or this arm, maybe not very comfortable, but he could be using it to set up a strangle at that point, or really, really try to, just get the beginnings of it on the opposite side.
Yeah, I would be using the left hand to assist by exposing the collar, and then shoot the right hand in to snatch for the strangle.
Yeah, like opening it up, peeling it away, and then driving the hand up in.
Yeah, and like a lot of times late in the game like this, there's a lot of slack in the collar, so I'll use that to pull the slack out of the collar so that I can get a nice deep bite.
Yeah.
Looks like Caleb is walking Brandon through some of the finer points of the gift wrap.
What happened here with Cole and Daniel? Oh, I guess is this just end of the round? Okay.
Yeah, they started late.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was solid control. Just got to look for those opportunities to set up the strangles.
Yeah, the finishes. Yep.
Make hay while the sun shines. Got the cleaning crew out.
That was the first test of the magic eraser on the mats.
Oh. I'd like to see Cole addressing that grip that Pat has on his lapel.
Yeah.
Pat trying to hit the scissor sweep. Just a little low on the legs, but he's up. I guess technically that would be a sweep. Cole's on his butt.
It is.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, Cole was trying to pummel his legs, and Pat was attempting the scissor sweep, and I think it just ended in a sweep.
Yeah. There we go, just about over the leg. Dang.
Yep. There you go.
Good.
That's
A lot easier to pass from half guard than from Cole's butterfly guard.
Yep. See, and Pat's got a nice deep underhook using his head on the other side, on the opposite side, to pin the head in place, right? So that, instead of a crossface, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and another, I guess the next kind of big step here is getting the knee out.
Yep.
Which looks like, okay, I think he's using his free leg. There we go. Awesome.
Now riding up to knee on belly. He's high, and I don't like the position of his hand. His right hand is very, very low. Somebody as explosive as Cole could take you over. I don't know if that happens or not, but Pat, I'd like to see you while you're taking mount, flaring that elbow out, your right elbow, a little, like a lot more. Just in the event,
that way.
That way. Just in the event that somebody like Cole gives you a nice strong bridge to that side, you have something to base out with.
Yeah.
But solid mount.
Yeah, definitely.
His elbows were nowhere near his knees, right? There were no threat of a knee elbow escape. This is solid, just pressure 101. Working your way through.
Really similar game to what Cole does, actually.
Yeah,
he gets in the mount. Just a slow, gradual, grinding pressure.
Yeah. And then for Cole, I like what he's doing with his legs, believe it or not. Like if it was with meaning and intent. Instead of grabbing the gi like this, I would prefer to see your elbows tucked and your hands on the hips. And I think the movements with your legs would be a little bit more effective, kipping and getting into a knee elbow escape. It looks like you hung on. You rode straight up the body. You know, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, the rest of the night, this last round, it was all in the back left corner. So I don't know that we're going to be able to see much more.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Why not? Let's zoom in. With Caleb and Austin. Justin. You don't know no better. Normally you can stand there and you're not blocking anything.
Yeah.
But we got Brandon and Brandon here on the side. So let's check out. Got an experienced white belt and a fairly new white belt. And Kurt taking his pants off. And now they're behind the pillar. Alright, whatever. Caleb using the threat of a submission. Or really, I wouldn't even say it was much of a threat, just head control, really, to start working his passing. Daniel's got the best view.
For the head.
There you go. Now he's in the mount.
I think he got the 5-finger guillotine, or the guillotine from mount.
Oh yeah. Okay. Damn. Snuck that right by me. Switches in there. Okay. Nice. Sneaky boy. Great. Now I have to look out for that from him. It probably happened too early, but it'd be funny to see everybody's reaction when that dude Tristan Overvig, I think, got his ankle snapped. Everybody was watching. That was a tough one. Hope that guy's doing all right.
Yeah. Straight in for the arm, like he's trying to go for the arm. I feel like.
Yeah, I like how much he got turned up there. Like,
yeah,
really cut his angle. I think Caleb's elbow is just a little loose. He's out of it. Then hits the dummy sweep.
Now he's on a knee.
Hell yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Look at him. That's what's up. Rolling through it. Daniel, get out of the way. Got the toe hold. That was sick.
Heck yeah.
Let's look at that again. So here, this is a lot of what we talked about during Legs Week, right? Austin is going from this inside position. I imagine he's in like an outside, maybe like an Arimi, like a standard Ashi single leg X.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, not even a proper one, just a real loose one because of the way that they swept over. But now he's switching through reverse Ashi, and he can't quite make it to cross, so he's staying there. Gets the extension, but Caleb's got his foot on Austin's butt, which is good, right where I would want to try to be to get my knee out. But then good awareness from Austin here to hit the toe hold. I want to see. So yeah, so his grip. This is getting into the weeds. We could see his the hand, not the hand on the toes, but the hand that comes through here. It's grabbing his bicep, so he's almost got like a rear naked choke grip on it. I would opt to grab your own wrist. So like turn your palm over and grab the wrist of the hand that's doing the cranking. And that way I feel like you get a bit more torquing power out of it.
Reinforced.
Yeah. You can add a bit more force into it. Good awareness to roll. Lost the knee there for a second and made a great adjustment to get it back. And then, I think just stayed on it and sent it home there. Because it looked like a toe hold finish and not the knee.
Yeah.
I'm going Brandon. Anything? Oh, just going over stuff.
Yeah.
Looks like Caleb is opting to work legs right now, too. I don't know what happened there.
Couldn't tell.
I think Austin got him in something again, because Caleb doesn't look like he's attacking too much.
Right.
And it looks like everybody hangs it up. See if there's any more rolling. Oh. All right. Curious if Justin has like maybe the jacket, like he's gripping on the tail of Caleb's jacket here. Because like gripping the leg like that, I don't think is especially useful or effective. Not in any way that I could think of.
I think.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say unless you're able to drive your shoulder down and pin the knees in in the same direction.
Yeah.
It's the only way. But that's without your leg being trapped in between them, Yeah.
So it looks like he's setting up that strangle that we saw from him a few weeks ago. That was really cool. Where you get the guy's arm kind of chicken wing in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then we talked about, I want to see if he does it here. We talked about not just using this grip to bait him into trying to extend his arm away, but using the underhook from the other arm to start walking, like spider walking the elbow up to the shoulder line, to really give them a reason to try to work their arm free. Because if you remember, we're really trying to get their arm free. We're baiting them with this, or Justin's baiting him, and then he's going to sink in a strangle.
Yep.
If this is the same move, I lose track of all the lapel magic he does, but I think that's what this is. And yeah, it looks like he's trying to work that. I think he's using his lapel to distract Caleb here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not. I just don't know with him anymore.
Don't know who he's become.
Every week I feel like he's just showing us some new, pulling new tricks out of his hat.
And now Uno reverse card coming out of Caleb here. What the hell's going on?
Yeah. And on the deep half with the lapel up over Justin's shoulder here. Whoop.
Austin paying them no mind.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, am I
Whatever.
in your way?
I'll toe hold both of you. And Justin was in a great spot there for a bit. That was a solid reversal from Caleb, though.
Yeah. Clock is running out.
Good stuff.
Yeah, man.
Really good. One of these days we'll get this stream working well. Anyway, cool. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll have more for you this week. Tomorrow's Monday, so be sure to get to class. We'll get you guys on stream from that open mat tomorrow. Sorry to everybody who prepped and was training so hard for the competition this past weekend. Got canceled, which sucks, but what are you gonna do? You guys just got some good training in the meantime, so silver lining to that. We're gonna continue on with closed guard this week. It's our second week of it, so bring your questions to class. Practice all the stuff that's been working for you and all the stuff that hasn't been. What else? You got anything?
We'll see you in class tomorrow.
All right, guys. Trim your nails, do your laundry, don't be stinky. And follow, subscribe. Go subscribe on YouTube. This video will be up here or up there soon. And yeah, we'll see you in class.
Later.
See you guys.